Hello and welcome back to Music Mitra. My name is Bindu Nair. Today's topic is Vivadi Ragas and Vivadi Swaras. Now, what are they? Any raga which contains one or more Vivadi Swaras is known as a Vivadi Raga. Now, then what are Vivadi Swaras, right? Vivadi Swaras are swaras that have naturally no place of its own. It uses the sthana or the place or graha of another note. Now, this is something unique in Carnatic music because all other forms of music have 7 swaras, out of which 5 swaras having 2 variants, sa and pa being constants or achala swaras or prakriti swaras. They don't change. Whereas re, ga, ma, dhani, they have variants, and in all other musical forms there are just 2 variants. There is one big re and one small re, and big ga, small ga, big ma, small ma. So all the variations are 2 in number. That means there are 12 swarasthanas including sa and pa. 5 swaras having 2 variations, 10, and sa and pa. So we have 12 swarasthanas. So in Hindustani or in Western music, you will find this as the most commonly used structure. But when it comes to Carnatic music, we talk of 16 swarasthanas. That is where the Vivadi Swaras come into play. So let me explain to you. When we come to Vikriti Swaras, Re, Ga, Ma, Dhani, in Carnatic music, we have 3 Re's. That means Re 1, Re 2, Re 3. That means Shuddha Rishabham. Re 1 is Shuddha Rishabham. Re 2 is Chatushruti Rishabham. And we have a Re 3 which is known as Shat Shruti Rishabham. Now, to understand Shat Shruti Rishabham, we have to just understand, put against it Ga 2 or Sadharana Gandharam. So, in Ga you have Ga 1 and Ga 2 and Ga 3. Now, this Ga 2 is actually Re 3, Shat Shruti Rishabham. If you play it on an instrument, it's the same note. But when we sing, in one raga we take it as Re, whereas it is actually a Ga. So, this is known as Vivadi Swaras. Same way, there is a Shuddha Gandharam also. Ga 1, that is Shuddha Gandharam. Shuddha Gandharam is nothing but Chatushruti Rishabham. Re 2. In one raga it is Re 2, but in some other raga we call it Ga. It doesn't have a place of its own. So it is using the place of Re 2, but we call it Ga 1. So, Re 1, Re 2, Re 3, in that Re 3 is a Vivadi Swara. Same way, Ga 1, Ga 2, Ga 3. In that Ga 1 or Shuddha Gandharam is the Vivadi Swara. Same way, in Ma there is no Vivadi, there is only 2 Mas, Ma 1 and Ma 2, Shuddha Madhyamam, Prati Madhyamam. When it comes to Dha, Dha 1, Dha 2, Dha 3. Here Dha 3 is a Vivadi Swara. Shat Shruti Daivatam. Where does it sit? It sits in the place of Kaishiki Nishadam, Ni 2. So, Ni 1, Ni 2, Ni 3. In that Ni 1 is the Vivadi Swara. Where does it sit? It sits in Chatushruti Daivatam's place. But it is known as Shuddha Nishadam. So, why all this confusion? This is because of the 72 Melakarta scheme which was devised by Venkatamakhi. So, to form 72 different ragas, 12 notes were not enough. We needed more notes, and that is how this concept of Vivadi Ragas came into being. And the name itself shows Vivadi, means when it was devised, not everybody agreed to it. Vivadi means controversy, right? It was controversial notes. It was like singing 2 gas back to back. You understood? So, 2 gas back to back or 2 knees back to back. It was like that. So, many musicians did not accept it in the beginning, and that is why it is known as Vivadi Swaras. And those ragas which contain Vivadi Swaras were known as Vivadi Ragas. Now, when it comes to music, in the 72 Melakarta music, or the raga system, where does these Vivadi Ragas happen? If you see the entire Melakarta's chart, 72, out of which 40 ragas are Vivadi Ragas. Only 32 are non-Vivadi Ragas. That means majority of the ragas in Carnatic music are considered as Vivadi Ragas. So to understand this, we need to first understand how the 72 ragas are structured. 72 ragas are divided into two groups. The first group has 36 ragas having Shuddha Madhyamam or Ma 1, whereas the next 37 to 72 have the same set of swaras but with Prati Madhyamam. So they are like the mirror image except for the Ma. The Madhyamam is Prati Madhyamam here. So you have two distinct classifications there, and within these 36 we have chakras, 6 ragas in each chakra. So you have 6 chakras in the Shuddha Madhyama set and we have 6 chakras in the Prati Madhyama set, both having 6 ragas each. Now all the first raga in the chakras will have Shuddha Devatam, Shuddha Nishadam. That means they are all Vivadi Ragas. Same way, the entire first chakra has Shuddha Rishabham, Shuddha Gandharam. That means the entire chakra is Vivadi Raga. The first chakra and the last chakra. Why last chakra? Because it has Shatshuddhi Rishabham. The 6th chakra has Shatshuddhi Rishabham. So the entire 6th chakra is Vivadi. Entire first chakra is Vivadi. Then in every chakra, the first and the last raga is Vivadi. Because the first raga had Shuddha Nishadam with Shuddha Devatam and the last raga has Shatshuddhi Devatam with Kakali Nishadam. So from every 12 ragas from first chakra and second last chakra combined, we have 12 ragas. Then from the other 4 chakras, you have 2 each. So you have 8 there. So if you calculate, you have 8 plus 8, 16, and then you have 12 plus 12, 24. So you have 40 Vivadi Ragas in Carnatic music. So I hope I have explained this concept of Vivadi Swara and Vivadi Raga to you, because I know this is a topic many people get confused about. What is this Vivadi Swara, Vivadi Raga, etc. Now I'll just give you a few examples just to understand. For Vivadi Raga, famous, not many Vivadi Ragas are famous. The most famous one is Nattai, which is from Chalanattai. Sare ga ma, then sare, it is like saga, we are singing ga, but we are singing it as re here. Sare ga ma, pada ni, pada pani, it's actually Kaichik Nishadam, but we are saying pada ni sa. So the Shatshuddhi Devatam can only be paired with Kakali Nishadam because it can cause the same note, right? We cannot have the same note twice in that raga. So Padani Kakali Nishadam has to follow a Shatshuddhi Devatam. And Sarega, so Shatshuddhi Rishabham can only be paired with Antara Gandharam, the highest Gandharam, because this is same note as Sadharana Gandharam, right? So the only way to go up is to go to Antara Gandharam. So this is one example. Another ragam I will take, second example, Ganamurthi, which is in the first chakra. It's the third ragam in the first chakra. So there all the swaras, all the ragas in the first chakra has Shuddha Rishabham with Shuddha Gandharam. Sarigama, Sarigama. So that is Riga, that Ri and Ga are so close. Sariga, Rigama, Ganamurthi. Would have heard that. Shri Krishna Venu Ganamurthi. Sarigama. So this was the example of Vivadi Swaras and Vivadi Ragas. I hope this video was of help to you. Please let me know in the comments below and stay subscribed and connect with us through email sanskritiacademymusic@gmail.com. I will share it here and in the link below. And by the way, we have started the live classes of Music Mitra every Sunday for basic module covering Sarali Verse, Janta Verses, Datu Verses, Alankaras and Geetams. So if you want to revise your basic lessons, and also we are doing voice training exercises in that class, So if you're interested, write into us with your WhatsApp number and we will send you the details. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon in another video. Bye from Music Mitra.